Hello good people of the internet, the online-only CES 2021 has come and gone, and despite being held in a very different format to what we've come to know in the past, many new and exciting products have been announced, perhaps even more so than in previous years. While none of the new announcements were directly targeted at photographers and editors, after all, CES isn't the place where new lenses and new cameras are announced. There have been a few developments that should prick up your ears. Let us take a look at what is new and exciting. Historically, new mobile GPUs and CPUs have been announced within about 6 months or so of each other. Intel used to announce new CPUs, and then around 6 months later, Nvidia would follow up with their new GPUs. But this year, everything is being released at the same time. The biggest developments are that Nvidia is bringing their RTX 30 series GPUs and AMD their Ryzen 5000 series CPUs to notebooks. And as I get the impression that most of you are in fact using mobile devices, I think this could be quite interesting. Intel also announced a few new chips for both gaming and ultra portable notebooks, but those pale in insignificance besides AMD's offering. Since the launch of Ryzen 5000 series, AMD has been on top in terms of raw power and efficiency, and these new mobile chips are no exception. Though currently only a handful of gaming notebooks have been announced, you should be seriously considering going with an AMD machine if you're planning an upgrade in the current year. That is, of course, if you're not using a MacBook. AMD is claiming that these chips will be the best for gaming and content creation, and if their desktop brethren are anything to go by, it's hard to doubt them. From the gaming notebooks announced so far, there is even one that might be useful as an editing rig. The ROG Zephyrus G15 from ASUS doesn't look all too gamery. It has an 8-core 16-thread CPU from AMD, up to an RTX 3080 and up to 32 gigs of RAM. The one thing that often lets gaming notebooks down is the screen. Gamers generally don't care about color accuracy, instead they're more concerned with the refresh rate and response time. But according to ASUS, the screen on the G15 covers 100% of the DCI-P3 range and is Pantone validated. Even if I'd wait for independent testing, things are looking positive. The biggest issue with the previous generation of mobile AMD chips was availability. There were only a handful of notebooks that actually integrated them, and those were really difficult to find. This time around, AMD claims that there will be 150 systems, up from 100 with the previous generation, available in this calendar year. Let's hope we can actually buy them this time around. As mentioned, the Nvidia RTX 30 series is also coming to laptops in the shape of the RTX 3080, 3070 and 3060. I've talked about these GPUs in a previous video, and if you're a photo and video editor, they will almost certainly be overkill, but the added performance should definitely save you some time. There have already been a few creator notebooks featuring one of these GPUs announced, such as the MSI Creator 15, which looks very enticing. It's just a shame it doesn't have one of those new AMD CPUs and instead opts for Intel. Nonetheless, you can expect great performance in both Lightroom and Premiere Pro. CES has always been filled with plenty of weirdness. This year, for example, an AI-powered pet robot called Moflin was announced among the numerous other oddities. I was hoping to find at least one thing that would relate to photography, but unfortunately my search was unfruitful. A new controller comparable to the Loopdeck or Tourbox would have been nice, but alas, the wait goes on. Besides the new components for upcoming notebooks, the one announcement or series of announcements photographers and video editors alike can get excited about are all the new monitors. This is by no means a comprehensive list. I've cherry-picked a few of my favorites, which I think you should definitely know about. Speaking of monitors, I've got a full video on what to look out for when buying a monitor for photography and videography in the works. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that one. To start off with, ASUS announced the ProArt display PA148CTV. Work on your naming, ASUS. They're calling this thing a portable professional monitor. It covers 100% of the sRGB and Rec 709 color space and has a color accuracy of delta E smaller than 2. At just 14 inches, this might be a small display, but as the name suggests, it is portable. With its kickstand, it basically looks like a Microsoft Surface without the computer parts. It also includes a tripod socket, which means that you could in theory use it as both a video monitor when recording and as a second screen when editing. The one thing that disappoints me is that it doesn't include a battery or an easy way to mount an external one. So if you are indeed using it to monitor your video feed, you will have to hook it up to a battery pack or the mains. I was lying actually. There are two things that annoy me. Imagine how good this thing could be with pen support. You could use it as an external monitor, video monitor and graphic tablet. Maybe next year, hint hint. It also runs what they're calling the ASUS Dial and Virtual Control Panel software, which gives you control for various creative apps. This little monitor could be perfect for those frequently editing on the road and looking for more screen real estate. From small to large, ViewSonic announced a $5,000 color accurate 8K monitor, and it's only 32 inches in size. I don't really see the point of having such a high resolution on a relatively small panel, but someone out there must be asking for it. If 8K isn't what you're looking for, there are also a couple of 4K variants, which unsurprisingly also come in way cheaper. Can I turn this one into another segue? From many pixels to many inches. For those looking for some ultra-wide goodness, Dell announced a curved 40-inch 21:9 monitor which offers 100% sRGB and 98% P3 color reproduction. I've personally never actually tried an ultra-wide display, but I would love to give one a go one day. It's got a resolution of 5120 by 2160, which I believe is often called 5K, and that resolution matches the pixel density of a conventional 4K 32-inch widescreen display. This monstrosity from Dell not only serves as a monitor, but also as a hub for your notebook. It offers Thunderbolt 3 connectivity and includes 90-watt charging, 10GB Ethernet and 10GB USB ports, 3 on the rear and 1 in the front, as well as a USB-C port on the front for easy access. If an ultra-wide is something you're looking for, this one should definitely be on your list. To round it off, LG announced 2 new Ultra Gear, 1 new Ultra Wide and 1 new Ultra Fine monitor. It's the last one that is most interesting because it features an OLED panel. Not everyone likes OLED, but for those that do, the UltraFine OLED Pro monitor might just be what you're looking for. It's a 31.5-inch 4K monitor with 99% DCI-P3 color reproduction and brings with it all the benefits OLED has to offer, such as those ultra deep blacks and an unbeatable contrast ratio. This went on way longer than I had anticipated. It's time to bring this video to an end. If you did enjoy it or learn something, please remember to hit that like button and consider subscribing. If you didn't enjoy this video, hit the dislike button twice to make it extra impactful. I've been Liam Alexander Coleman, and it's been just about enough from me for one day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.